let me go ahead and welcome today's guest lecturer, Dr. Emerzon, serving as a Senior IT Audit Response at CVS Health.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon.
Thank you so much for joining in.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm the lecturer, but I'm definitely coming on to share some good news to hopefully inspire some of our Thinkcloudly students here. So
Definitely,
I'll
yes.
give you a quick, just little background, just so you can kind of get a feel. Hopefully, this relates to a few of you. So I know that Thinkcloudly really focuses on bringing folks from different industries, completely outside of IT, giving them the tools, giving them the knowledge, the confidence, right, to venture into IT, cybersecurity or other fields. So in my case, it's a little different. I've been in IT for about 25 years now, and as of June of 2024, I left a company. Was a choice. Well, I was given an ultimatum: either move to New Jersey. I'm in Southern California in the U.S. Either move to New Jersey or take a severance. Moving to New Jersey across the nation was not an option for me. So I took the severance. Took about 6 months, to kind of recoup, rejuvenate, and really get a chance to look at my life really, and to see what I want to do with the next chapter. I had just turned 46 years old at the time. So being at a company, I didn't mention, I was there for almost 24 years. It was 23 years, 9 months. So that's pretty much all I really do. I definitely grew in the organization. I'm very grateful for the opportunity they gave me. But at 46 years old, coming onto the field into a very, very interesting job market. But what I will say is that after looking at all different industries, real estate, sales, everything else, I found that I just genuinely have a passion for IT, which I did not realize since it's all I knew for so many years. So I took 6 months off, looked at different options, different courses, different schools, and I um I was planning a wedding for January, so I got married in January, and so March I hit the ground running. I took a 90-day boot camp with a different school. I have nothing bad to say about them. It was more of a one-on-one training, much more pretty expensive, but I will admit it was in depth. There was so much knowledge. The whole goal there was to get you hired. I did not get hired within those 90 days, but mainly because I just was not willing to take some of those roles that were being offered. The course was great, but what I will tell you, there was no hands-on. And I think hands-on is crucial for building confidence. So, and so I ended up taking on, realizing that although that course was in depth, I felt that I needed more hands-on. So I went online, found out, and this is all GRC IT related, right? I love GRC cybersecurity. I think it plays a crucial role for organizations. So I went through a few different courses online, all promising hands-on. And to be quite honest, they mentioned hands-on, but it just didn't feel like it. It was just more telling me how it's done as opposed to letting me do it. So now, fast forward, I get a chance somehow. I see his advertisement on Instagram, I believe, for Thinkcloudly. And at the time, I was getting all these advertisements for sim tools and whatnot. So I jumped on a sim I think it was a Splunk 5-day demo. And to be quite honest, I was impressed. I felt the instructor was very clear, concise. I appreciated the way things were structured. And to be quite honest, when I get a when I get a WhatsApp request, I in the past have not trusted WhatsApp. There's just so much fraud on there. But I understand that Think Cloudly is a global company. So, long story short, which is probably too late for that, I joined the demo. I actually the boot camp. I liked it. Spoke directly with Nauman. I thought that was kind of odd. That not odd, but nicely surprised that you have like the main leader of a company willing to get on a call. He puts his number on there. So I thought it was amazing to have that experience, that connect. So I've since been part of two classes. I took the IT audit GRC class, which I love. I just the hands-on I'm getting in there is amazing. But I also went a little further. Even though I'm looking at GRC IT audit, I figured I want to know more. I want to get a more well-rounded experience. So I'm also taking their SOC class. So I spend 2 hours in the mornings with SOC, right? Anand, I gotta give him credit. He's just an amazing instructor, great visuals, Great hands-on, love it. And I'm also working with Shambhavi. And I do have to mention there was another instructor, actually, I don't recall the name right this second. He was also amazing. But they've been flexible throughout my time here with this courses. I've had to move my class around a few times, and I just can't say enough about them. But the good news here that I want to report is that as of Thursday of last week, actually Monday, I'm sorry, I accepted a role with Insight Global, who's a contracting company, IT, and they will be contracting me out to CVS Health. I'm really excited about this opportunity. It will be with Senior IT Response SME. So basically, I haven't started the role yet, but what I can say is that my job will thank you. Thanks for the congratulations. My job will basically be to work with the director and hiring of their data protection policy department, um, focusing on closing out findings. And I just love that part. That's what I kind of did for my previous roles. And so just being there, understanding that I'm going to be working for a very, company, at least in the US, nationwide. I recently found out they had over 300,000 employees. So needless to say, I'm excited for the opportunity. Extremely grateful for Thinkcloudly. I just feel the support that they've given me has been immeasurable. They're so like reachable. I can just reach out on a text, and within, regardless, I'm an early bird. I'm on the West Coast. I can get up at 3 in the morning, message them, and I understand some folks are on on India time, but I can also do it during the day, and I'm just getting responses within sometimes minutes, if not an hour. I'm just amazed about the support. And what I want to share for your students here, keeping in mind, some of you are brand new, right? So you're brand new, and you may think this is there's so much to learn. You're in good hands. Think Cloudly is you are in good hands, and trust me when I tell you, I've been around quite some time and have dealt with many different types of training of facilities and courses, and these guys are just they're just amazing. Um, so what I really want to share is that yes, you hear all the time, it's such a tough job market. It's so tough. And it is a tough market, but it's always been a tough market, right? We're competing for roles, we're competing for positions. So companies they want to make sure they bring the right person in. So what I want to remind you is, excuse me, get the education, get the training, get the certifications, if you will. Get what you need to, most importantly, for you to feel confident because confidence is what's going to ultimately sell you in that interview. Another thing I want to mention is don't also wait until you have everything you think you need to apply and get into these interviews. I went in on this here. So part of my 90-day boot camp before I joined Thinkcloudly, they had me applying for jobs in the first week. So my training consisted of the theory, and then one class was how to apply on LinkedIn, all this good stuff, which again was great stuff. But I didn't feel confident going into these interviews talking about GRC, very specific terminology. But who cares, right? Why? I mean, we don't want to waste people's time, but you want to get in there and get that experience. What kind of questions are they asking? What do they want? What are they looking for? So since July, I went on about maybe 5 interviews, and some of these interviews were 4 to 5 rounds, guys. I got 4 or 5 people in each round, just, coming at me. Now, as I say this, some of you might feel intimidated, and trust me, I initially felt intimidated. But the more I learned, the more I trained, the more I started to understand GRC, understanding the roles that we play. I started to find that a lot of these folks, number one, they do not know what they want in these roles. You got job descriptions that have 4 or 5 different roles in there, but you're not going in there to argue it. You're going there to, in some cases, educate of the importance. For example, I had one role that wanted me to be the one to configure the firewalls and servers, and then also be the one to audit them and work with external auditors. Alone, right there, that's a separation of duties of violation, right? So I had a chance to gain so much confidence by feeling intimidated, which is an oxymoron. So what I want to tell you is don't give up. Yes, it's discouraging sometimes to apply to all these jobs. You don't hear back, but guess what? That job that's meant for you is there. And the reason I can tell you this, number one, I'm the living example, but the interview that landed me the job, guess what? 30-minute interview. It was a one and done 30-minute interview with the director, hiring manager. Did they ask me some questions regarding audit response? Yes. Was I ready for them? 100%. I had studied so much on all the different interview questions that was provided from my instructor. None of them were asked. Oh, let me rephrase that. 99% were not asked. So my point is this, be prepared. And in the few questions that you will be asked, speak confidently. And at the end of the day, it's mind over matter. What do I mean by that? Your mindset is huge. It's crucial. And it's what's going to keep you going. And more importantly, I would say this was my motto. This is the words I told myself every time I felt that, I just wasn't getting where I wanted to be at. It reminded myself that preparation meets opportunity. So if you want to take something from this long message I just gave you, preparation meets opportunity. Do what you need to do to feel that you are preparing and prepared. And guess what? It's never going to end. This world of cybersecurity and GRC and whatever field you decide to get into, it's constantly changing. So make it a point to involve yourself. Get on LinkedIn, follow groups, follow people that are doing what you want to do, right? Listen to those who have what you want. And again, preparation meets opportunity, right? So here I am. I'll be starting my new role this coming week. I had talked to Nam and he said, "You want to get on the call?" I said, "Let me make sure that I'm hired first before I." And he's like, "But you're hired." I said, "No, but I'm not quite there." So yesterday I received the tracking numbers for the laptop and monitor. So now I feel confident enough to come on here and share this with you. But again, I want to
No,
just
that's
emphasize.
amazing. That's amazing, Emerson. I mean, thank you so much for accepting the request. Big, big congratulations.
Thank you so much. But yeah, so I just wanted to mention to all, you're in great hands. Keep going, and use the support. This group is willing to help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. But thank you, Naman, for having me on here. Thank you for
No
your
worries.
support.
No worries. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And let me
Yes.
know, guys, if you guys feel little inspired by Amazon. Over to you, Zoe. Thank you, Amazon.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Naman. Thank you, Mr. Emerson, for giving us such a great example of what we actually have to do. Because, trust me on this, what life example you gave about yourself is actually what most of us are facing here, or who all have attended. So it's a great opportunity to learn from your experience. And thank you so much for sharing it. And then again, congratulations in actually receiving such a great post as a job. So congratulations to you once again from the whole team as well.
Thank you all. Appreciate your support.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your testimonial, for your real life example. Thank you so much for attending this webinar. And we are eternally grateful for you sharing such a great insight.
Thank you for watching. Switch from non-IT to IT today. Explore www.thinkcloudly.com.